With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Back trackside once again here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, the next-gen racing light electric company Xfinity Series fires things off in the final race, in the final round, before we set our Final Four for Championship Week in 2 weeks from now at Atlanta Motor Speedway. How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave in the Cave bringing you all the calls from the trackside. 10-minute qualifying session just underway. There you can see some track information up on screen for you. 71-degree track temperature, 71-degree air temperature, a little bit of humidity out there in the air. Big time breeze may catch a few of these drivers out heading down into turn number 3. Gonna have a tailwind all the way down the backstretch, so look for drivers and speeds to be a little bit higher until that wind possibly calms down here tonight. We'll go ahead and throw some of that qualifying information up for you as these drivers begin to turn in those qualifying times. Do want to take a moment to mention last week's Mission 22 Hard Charger Award winner. That was the 30 of Robert Hetrick. Hetrick gaining multiple positions throughout the race, and he walked away with the Mission 22 Hard Charger Award. We had some discrepancies on that, so we needed to make sure we had the right information before announcing that. So hats off to Robert Hetrick and that 30 crew grabbing that Mission 22 Hard Charger Award last week. Qualifying times now rolling in. We'll throw that timing and scoring up there to the left-hand side of your screen. You can follow along just like we do. Katie Osmond, fast time here tonight. He's going to put it down a quick time of a almost flat. Check that out. Jimmy Hetrick right there, close behind, just about a 10th off. Nathan Bishop, Brendan Medford in fourth. Steve Baker gonna round out the top 5 with his first time lap, and you'll notice a little difference throughout tonight's race with the timing and scoring. We've got 3 different colors out there highlighting these drivers. Drivers highlighted in that turn 3 orange are drivers that are still vying or still in those top 4 championship spots. Steve Baker, Dustin German, both locked in to the championship night with race wins already here in round number 3. Joshua Spalding, Katie Osmond in that turn 3 orange as well here tonight, both 13 and 12 points ahead of the cutoff line. You'll notice those magenta drivers, or at least that's the number the color I like to call it, is magenta. Those are the 4 drivers just outside of those top 4 positions. Chris Medford, Roy Hyde, Jimmy Hetrick, Brian Littleton, still with a shot at racing for a championship. It looks like Brian Littleton and Jimmy Hetrick, they are in must-win situations. Roy Hyde just on the cusp of being in a must-win situation here tonight. Chris Medford, he's got a good shot, but he's going to need a solid top 3 finish to even remotely have a chance, and he's going to need a little bit of help with Spalding or Osmond having some trouble. So drivers needing things to go their way in many different aspects. Looks like we're about 4 minutes into tonight's 10-minute qualifying session. Chris Medford, he needs a fast qualifying time. He's going to jump second on the speed chart. There is some action out there on the track. And oops, hitting the wrong buttons up here. You know how that goes. It's Dave, you know? What do you say we try to jump down to the, let's see, is anybody out there qualifying? No, nobody out there qualifying. Mitchell Snare in the 43. There you can see him. He's just now leaving pit road, getting up to speed. Let's see what that 43 is able to put down here in qualifying. Katie Osmond keeping the fast time here tonight. Quick time on the track, 30.004 for Osmond. Matthew McMeekin, Doug Wasaki, Roy Hyde, Robert Hetrick, Brian Littleton, Gordon Larson Jr. still yet to put in their time lap. Derek Robinson just kind of hanging out in that 38 Toyota Supra right now. Eric Blount in the Ford Mustang, he's also just kind of hanging out around his car. Qualifying just about halfway done, and it looks like that's going to secure most of these positions on the track here tonight. Mitchell Snare going to come across the line. Where's he going to go? First time lap. 14th on the speed charts. And it looks like he's going to go ahead, and he indeed is shutting it down. So that's going to do it for qualifying. I don't think we're going to see anybody else out there tonight. Doesn't look like the rest of the drivers interested in really trying to put down that time lapse. So Katie Osmond going to walk away with the Black Hawk Motorsports Pole Award. Katie going to put down the fast time tonight. 30.004. Osmond snatches the pole. And while we've got some time and a chance, why don't we go ahead and talk about some of the things coming down here to the wire for multiple drivers. There's small battles, there's small fights all over this championship point standings. We're going to go ahead and bring you some of those official charts now. What do you say we go ahead and throw that up on screen for you? There you can see Steve Baker, Dustin German, both locked in to the next round. Very close in the points overall as well. Joshua Spalding, Katie Osmond right there. Those are your top 4 championship contenders. Chris Medford, Roy Hyde, Brian Littleton, Jimmy Hetrick, all battling for a spot in those final 4. And a must-win situation there for Hetrick and Littleton. Hyde's in almost a must-win situation. Chris Medford has a little bit of a playroom to deal with, but he may very well be able to overcome the odds and walk away with a championship 4 slot when we head to Atlanta Motor Speedway here in just about 2 weeks. But look at that. The rest of those battles, Brian Snare, Hunter Tate, they're close right there on points. Kendall Levron not too far off of them. Travis Smith, Mitchell Snare, Dustin Ping, they're all knotted up in battles for the best of the rest as we get set to roll here tonight. We're going to step away from the track for just a brief commercial break, get things ready to go down trackside for your national anthem. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be back with all your green flag action in the start of tonight's Rattlesnake Rumble right here from Texas Motor Speedway.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
And back trackside after the jets fly over, it's time for these drivers to make their way to the starting grid. Looks like we've only got about 3 or 4 drivers left to get through that pre-race inspection. So what do you say we get a little closer to the action? What do you say we get ready to do this thing here one more time at Texas with the bells ringing in the background? You know that sound. It's time to run down tonight's official starting lineup in the Rattlesnake Rumble right here from Texas Motor Speedway. Final race in round number 3 to set your championship 4, and starting inside Row number 1 walking away with the Blackhawk Motorsports Pole Award fast time tonight, 30.044, the 88 of Katie Osmond. 84 of Chris Medford gonna line up just to his outside. Back in row number 2, the 1 of Dustin Ping, the 48 of Jimmy Hetrick. As drivers roll off of pit road, back in row 3, the 36 of Justin Rigsby, followed by the 27 of Nathan Bishop. Brandon Medford, Steve Baker back in row 4, row 5 here tonight. The 99 of Dustin German and the 5 of Joshua Spalding. Row number 6, the 45 of Brian Snare and the 85 of Jeff Stiles. Back row number 7 here tonight, the 2 of Christopher Spencer and the 43 of Mitchell Snare. Ryan Wilson gonna round out your top 15 with Robert Liddell right to his outside. Back in row number 9, the 00 of Roy Hyde and his teammate, the 80 of Brian Littleton. Matthew McMeek and Derek Robinson round out your top 20 with Gordon Larson Jr. and Douglas Saki. Back in row 11. Row 12 here tonight, the 6 of Eric Blount rounding out the field, the 30 of Robert Hetrick. And that's gonna do it for your starting lineup for the Rattlesnake Rumble field. Gonna make their way off of turn 4. Pace car gonna duck off, and here we go. Not yet. Not yet. Go! There it is. Green flag flies for the first time here tonight at Texas Motor Speedway. A little bit longer of a wait than I thought getting to that restart line there before the flag dropped. Katie Osmond gets on the gas. He gets away from the field. He moves around turn 1 with Dustin Ping on the bottom, trying to follow suit and secure that second position. Chris Medford now battling to keep that second spot on the outside. The 84 is going to struggle as Justin Rigsby has gained 1 spot. Rigsby now up to the 4th position. Jimmy Hetrick in the 48 drops 1 spot all the way back to the 5th position. Yes, all the way back to 5th. Movers and shakers already. What do you say we go around the track? Let's see what's going on here. Got double file for the top spot. 3 wide for second. Hetrick looked to put it in the middle. He's going to back out. We'll stay doubled up through the front 3 rows. First lead change of the night. Dustin Ping gonna grab the top spot away from Katie Osmond, and here comes Justin Rigsby down on the bottom. Rigsby in that blue and white 36 machine gonna take over the second position for Attitude Motorsports. He's looking for a fine run here tonight, and we still stay stacked up double file for a few positions. Medford and Osmond going at it with Brandon Medford and Jimmy Hetrick going at it for 5th and 6th. Steve Baker, Joshua Spalding caught up running with each other right now. Your top 2 starting to step away. Dustin Ping separated himself just a little bit from Rigsby that time through 1 and 2. He gained 0.2 of a second. Rigsby 0.3 of a second over Medford and Osmond, who continue fighting now as Katie Osmond has to deal with Brandon Medford looking to his outside. The 83 going to lose a little bit of ground, and he's going to have 2 drivers fighting behind him. That's the 55 of Steve Baker and the 48 of Jimmy Hetrick as they head back through the center of 1 and 2. Center of 1 and 2 now coming at you right down the backstretch into turn number 3. Drivers still fighting for positions very early here tonight. 5 laps into tonight's 100-lap race distance. When will we see our first caution flag fly of the night? Drivers mixing it up very early here. Everybody fighting for position as they head back through turns 1 and out of turn number 2, heading right back down the backstretch. Baker looks like he's going to go ahead and be able to tuck in line. We'll jump back just a little bit from the racetrack, see if we can highlight a few more of these battles. Hetrick and German going at it for 8th and 9th on the speedway. The 48 of Jimmy Hetrick, that ally machine, has had some trouble since the restart. He started up in the 4th position, has dropped 5 spots all the way back to 9th. Katie Osmond with a little bit of falter on the start of tonight's race as well. Osmond started on the pole position, snatched the Blackhawk Motorsports Pole Award. He's down 3 spots. He's just in front of Brandon Medford. Back in the 4th position, Dustin Ping, Justin Rigsby, and Chris Medford round out your top 3. Chris Medford doing exactly what he needs to do. We'll take a look at this 84 machine, I apologize. Brandon Medford, brother, right behind him in the 83. Getting those two mixed up from time to time, but there you can see that Zoe's Place-sponsored 84 of Chris Medford. Running strong, running well, in a podium spot here tonight. Came into tonight's race 12 points behind the cutoff line, behind Katie Osmond. With him being just 2 positions in front of Osmond, he's only gained about 2 points on Osmond right now, so still on the outside looking in, but Joshua Spalding 1 point ahead, 1 position behind Katie Osmond. So as long as those two run with each other, these two drivers right here on screen, we'll see them. That 88 and the 5 of Spalding right behind him, going to come into your picture right there. Those two drivers, 3rd and 4th in that championship 4 standing, 13 and 12 points above the cutoff line. As long as they can stay somewhat together, they'll pretty much seal each other's fate. Driver right behind him, Steve Baker, already locked in to the final race of the season, into the championship round in the 99 of Dustin German. Also already locked in with his race win last week. So the smoke show, 2 out of 4 championship spots belong to that team. They already sealed the deal in the team standings, walked away with the team championship this year for the Next Gen Racing Light Electric Company Xfinity Series, right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Things starting to stretch themselves out just a little bit. We'll jump around to some of the action. There you can see the 48 of Jimmy Hetrick closing in on the 99 of Dustin German. Brian Snare right there as well. Brian Littleton up 5 positions from where he started tonight's race. He's tied for that Mission 22 Hard Charger Award with the 5 of Joshua Spalding. Both of those drivers up 5 positions from where they started tonight's race. Roy Hyde faltering a little bit, only able to gain 1 spot so far through this green flag run. Hyde from 17th now sits in 16th. Close racing action right here with Katie Osmond, Steve Baker all over him, and I believe that's the one of Dustin Ping as Justin Rigsby takes that top spot. When did he snatch that away? We did not see that going down and happening, but Rigsby, he leads this field now by over a half a second. Let's go back, see if we can't see when that pass for the top spot took place. Back on lap number 9, so about 5 laps ago, Justin Rigsby was able to grab that top spot away from Dustin Ping, and Ping has had some trouble, and he's fallen all the way back to the 8th spot now, while Chris Medford and Brandon Medford round out your podium positions. Nobody really separating themselves here throughout this entire field. I say they begin to separate themselves, but that's only by a couple of tenths of a second. As you can see, your race leader, Justin Rigsby, will go up front with this 36 machine. There you can see the Attitude Motorsports driver just with about 4/10 of a second advantage over Chris Medford. Gap not really closing, not really extending either right now. Brandon Medford another 3/10 of a second back from the 84. Katie Osmond right there. Joshua Spalding all over the tail end of that 88. We'll check that battle out as they begin to mix things up, and here comes that 55 of Steve Baker, the 99 of Dustin German, gonna follow right on through. Side-by-side action now with Spalding and Baker going side-by-side through 1 and 2. They'll sort it out and go single file down the backstretch, back into 3. Spalding still tries to take the spot away from Osmond. Way up the track, though, the 83 of Brandon Medford. He's going to give up a ton of momentum, a ton of ground, as now the freight train on the bottom. Here comes Spalding and Osmond. Great close racing action here as we cross off of turn number 2. Lap 18 now underway. Katie Osmond was able to snatch the spot away from Brandon Medford and get himself back into a top 3. Joshua Spalding digging on the bottom inside that 5. He's looking to take the 4th spot away and force Medford back to 5th. Here comes Steve Baker. He's having none of it. He's going to take the last spot in the top 5. Eric Blount making a pass on Robert Liedel. That's going to be for 18th position. So small passes going on all over this track. Christopher Spencer getting by Jimmy Hetrick for 13th last time by. Whole front of this field still really all over each other, race fans. You can see it right there. Race leader Justin Rigsby, just 2/10 out in front of Chris Medford. Katie Osmond starting to close the distance on Medford, and we're going to have a battle, a 5-car battle here very, very soon. What do you say we go high above with our turn 3 drone cam? Let's get a little action from high above the track. And really see those distances, and look at how much that 55 was able to close the distance on the front stretch there through the tri-oval. Baker picks up a ton of speed, starts to really reel in that 5 now off of turn number 2. Look at it. It was about a 3-car length advantage for Spalding, and it is down to just half a car length now as Baker has closed in. Osmond starting to close in. Chris Medford has closed in and is looking to take the race lead for the first time. Once again, new race leader here tonight. That's going to be our 4th different race leader. 3 lead changes here tonight, and we've got ourselves a hot and heavy battle here in Texas. That's right, the Rattlesnake Rumble. Almost a quarter of the way through tonight's 100-lap official race distance. Drivers mixing it up all over. Here comes Katie Osmond to the inside of Rigsby, and it looks like if you get out of line, if you get forced to that high side, you are gonna lose multiple positions. Rigsby a little bit out of shape, allowed Medford to the inside. That opened up the door for Katie Osmond. Osmond leaving the door open for the 5, and here comes the 55 of Steve Baker. He's going to try to close the door. Look at the gain through the center of 3 and 4. He's going to grab that spot by the time they get to the line. Rigsby going to look to drop down and fall in line. Top 5 all under a blanket, all within 1 second of each other. Dustin German sitting back in 6th. He's just 1.2 seconds out of that top spot. So your front 6 running very, very close. Let's jump back to another battle on the track. Look at this 4-car battle going on here between Brandon Medford, Christopher Spencer, Brian Littleton, Mitchell Snare right there. Roy Hyde now up to the 14th position. He's trying to snatch on to the tail end of this small pack. Back through turns 1 and 2, the field will make their way back down the back stretch and head towards turn number 3. You can see all of those drivers mixing it up with each other, trying to take a spot away, trying to scratch, fight, claw their way into a championship 4 spot. 2 of those positions already decided. When will we find out who The next two to join those championship four are gonna be still a long way to go to find out. Still upwards of 75 laps before we will know who walks away with a chance at the trophy. 2 weeks at Atlanta Motor Speedway when we fire things off for the championship night right here in the Next Gen Racing Light Electric Company Xfinity Series. Brandon Medford now under fire. Brian Littleton able to gain a position from him. Medford dropping 5 spots from where he started tonight's race. But keep in mind that 83 was close to a top 5 at one point in time. He has since slid back through the field. Medford sitting back, battling for 11th and 12th on the speedway with the 80 of Brian Littleton. Littleton, one of those drivers that is basically in a must-win situation if he's going to want to get himself to Atlanta with a shot for the trophy. Roy Hyde, his Dirty Air Racing teammate, sitting back in 14th, also in a must-win situation. The only driver that's not in that must-win situation outside of your top 4 is this man right here, leading the race, leading the field. Chris Medford going to grab some bonus points, and he looks to put that Zoe's Place 84 machine into victory lane and secure his spot in. And then that will make it a battle between Joshua Spalding and Katie Osmond. So those are things that we have to keep in mind, race fans. If we were to get one of those 4 on the outside looking in to win the race, well, then it comes to a battle between Spalding and Katie Osmond, and now Spalding going to look to grab a bonus point. He'll make the pass on the bottom. That's going to be our 4th lead change of the night with 5 different race leaders. Nobody able to get to the front of the field twice so far, but here comes Katie Osmond, and he's bringing the 55 of Steve Baker right on along. 30 laps into tonight's race. When will we see those green flag pit stops? Jump around the track just a little bit here. Excuse me, gonna stay with the battle for 3rd and 4th for the time being, as Katie Osmond still leading Steve Baker, but Joshua Spalding now leading tonight's race. That's going to put the battle back in between Chris Medford and Katie Osmond, who's going to walk away with a shot for a championship run. And right now, the advantage to Osmond. Looking down pit road, looks like the 01 of Gordon Larson Jr. He's going to head down to pit road. We'll keep our eye on the cars, make sure that is a scheduled stop. It is. Left side's down and away. He's going to roll towards the end of pit road and get back up to speed. Larson Jr. begins the green flag pit cycle. Close battle here, close battle there between the 43 of Mitchell Snare, Brandon Medford, and here comes Roy Hyde. There's that 00 sitting just behind the 83 of Brandon Medford. Hyde, one of the top 8 drivers outside looking in on those top 4 spots. And Hyde in a must-win situation. He's going to pick up the pace, only gaining 3 spots from where he started tonight's race so far. Look for the wily veteran, the champion, past champion here in the Next Gen Racing umbrella of leagues. Hyde looking to put another championship in the trophy case, but he's going to have to overcome quite a bit of odds here tonight. He's going to have to pilot that Dirty Air Racing 00 to victory lane. Teammate Brian Littleton right here running in the 11th position. Littleton, if he does what he needs to do, he's going to not only make it into the championship, but he's going to eliminate his teammate. Tough little situation here for the Dirty Air Racing stable of drivers. Littleton looks to walk into victory lane here tonight. We'll jump back to the battle inside of your top 5 positions, because here you go. It's all down to this as Joshua Spalding has opened up your biggest race lead of the night, 1.2 seconds separating your top 2 drivers. Katie Osmond dealing with a rear view mirror full of Steve Baker, Chris Medford, and Dustin German, all run right there nose to tail. Field starting to get gapped up a little bit through the tail end of the field. Looks like closest battle besides the one that we are looking at right here on your screen belongs between Justin Rigsby, Christopher Spencer, and Dustin Ping. That's 7th, 8th, and 9th on the speedway. They're all over each other right now. And there's the 6 of Eric Blount. He's making his way off of pit road after coming down to pit road on lap number 34. Blount looks to try a little bit of an undercut. We've got more drivers to pit road last time around. Nathan Bishop, Roy Hyde, they both came to pit road, and here comes the 55. He's going to brake late to get to pit road, and that's going to bring a string of cars behind him down to pit road at the same time. Looks like Christopher Spencer, Dustin Ping, Justin Rigsby, they're all going to come to pit road. We'll jump back to the front with your race leader. A 1-second advantage now. Katie Osmond has some breathing room. Looks like he's caught back up with Spalding just a little bit, trying to get a little bit more speed at the tail end of this green flag run. There you see the Spalding gonna duck off. Osmond gonna go back to the race lead, so our lead changes match the race leader column as we stay green flag racing here tonight. All 38 laps completed have been clean and green. Race leader works his way off of turn 2. There's Eric Blount going to the inside. Blount trying to get himself back just 1 lap down. Coming down to pit road under the green flag pit condition, under the green flag pit cycle. Blount losing 2 laps, able to get 1 back the hard way. Will he be able to get that 2nd lap back? As Joshua Spalding down and away, his crew almost a 15-second stop in the box for Spalding. Baker has one of those fastest times on and off pit road. Quickest pit crew so far here tonight belongs to that 00 Roy Hyde. His crew got him 4 tires and fuel in 14.43 seconds. That is almost 0.4 of a second faster than anybody else. Heck of a job by the crew on that 00 team. Dustin German, Brian Littleton, Brandon Medford. Looks like Robert Liedel also going to come to pit road this time around. Race leader going to stay out on the track, continue to stretch this first green flag run, and will Osmond make this a 1-stop race by stretching this out? If he can somehow stretch this fuel out to about lap 47 or so, he'll be very close to being able to make this thing work with 1 stop. Ryan Wilson coming to pit road this time by Brian Littleton, Brandon Medford down and away. They'll rejoin the racetrack. With this long spell of green flag pit stops, field has gotten mixed up. Jeff Stiles in the 85 going to pull the pit road this time around. Osmond looking for it. Oh, he's late. He's sliding on the brakes, locking it up. Oh my gosh, what an entry to pit road. If he kept that thing under speed, man, I tell you what, that's going to be a hard end lap to beat. 84 of Chris Medford, he's going to go back to the point for the time being. 6 different race lead change of the night. How long will Chris Medford keep his machine out there? I don't think anybody's really going to be able to push it that far to make it a 1-stop race. And Medford, he's going to go ahead and come down to pit road this time around. What does the 41 of Matthew McMeekin do? There you can see that 41 looks like he is the last driver to yet hit pit road. He's just now making his way down the backstretch, and it looks like he is definitely slow already. As Joshua Spalding gonna slide right on by McMeekin. Looks like he may be out of fuel. a 1 second race advantage for the man that you are looking at on the screen. Joshua Spalding going to go back to the point, give us another lead change here tonight. He came to pit road with a 1 second advantage over Katie Osmond. He has now got a 1.8 second advantage over Steve Baker. But how about this man right here running in third now? Roy Hyde jumps a ton of drivers by coming to pit road back on lap number 34. Hyde with a big time undercut. He's going to be at a little bit of a disadvantage on the tire cycle, but right now it does look like that undercut paying off well. Hyde sits inside a podium spot inside the top 5 for the first time. Hyde runs in third. Double O looks to go down to the bottom of the track, down around the 30 of Robert Hetrick. Hetrick listed as the first car, 1 lap down, sitting in the lucky dog position. And here comes those fresh tires of Dustin German. About 6 lap fresher tires there for Dustin German. He's going to make that pass look fairly easy, but a big gain here so far for Hyde, who's been out on the track about 13 laps on his tires after the green flag pit stop. So will Hyde be able to continue that undercut trend? Looks like he may have to come to pit road somewhere around lap number 70 for the final time of the race. And will that be enough of an undercut to not only leapfrog the drivers in front of him, but give himself a big enough gap to work with as he's still sitting in a must-win situation right now? Roy Hyde doing anything and everything he can, listening to the spotters and the crew chief. It sounds like they're going to throw caution to the wind because it's all or nothing here tonight from Texas Motor Speedway. You're watching the Rattlesnake Rumble right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, just at the halfway point here tonight. And why don't we go ahead up front and begin to run down some of your halfway highlights and spotlights. Walking away so far here tonight with that top spot as we hit the halfway point. Driver looking to secure his spot in the championship for at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Spalding leads this race here tonight, has led multiple laps so far. He looks to continue that trend. Joshua Spalding sits in first. Driver already locked into his championship 4 spot. Steve Baker in the 55 opened up round number 3 with a race win, and Baker looks to have a solid run here once again tonight. Baker running in second. Driver sitting back in the 3rd position there. You can see him, Dustin German, inside that 99 out of the Smoke Show stable. He secured his shot for a championship run last time we were on the track, so he's already into that championship hunt with teammate Steve Baker. Dustin German running well once again. He sits in 3rd. 4th on the track as we run. Well, we'll go ahead and run down 3rd on the track. 4th on the track as we run. We'll get it right. Justin Rigsby in the 36 machine. What a run here tonight. Rigsby very quiet throughout the entire season. Had a couple of beautiful runs. Some great flashes, if you will, at times of some big-time speed like here tonight at Texas Motor Speedway. Rigsby up here with the heavy hitters. He runs in 4th. Driver rounding out your top 5. He needs to win to get in. Roy Hyde rounds out the top 5. He is your Mission 22 biggest mover of the race right now. The Hard Charger Award belongs to that Double O, but he's going to have to watch out because here comes Christopher Spencer to the bottom. Spencer going to take the last spot in the top 5, and now Roy Hyde, those older tires are really going to start to show their ugly head because here comes the 45 of Brian Snare. Snare going to make his way down and around Roy, and Hyde Gonna fall back now to 7th. Still has that Mission 22 Hard Charger award in his back pocket. Still with a net gain of 10 positions throughout tonight's race. Was the undercut enough, and will it work? As teammate Brian Littleton has cracked the top 10. He's back in 8th. And do we hear drivers saving fuel? Katie Osmond, what happened to Osmond? He got popped for speeding on pit road. We thought it was a little bit of a gamble for him getting onto pit road, and he sits in the 20th spot right now. This could be bad. This could be bad. Where is Chris Medford at? Let's check the standings. 9th position right now with Osmond running in 20th. That's over a 10-point gain right there. It is gonna come down to the wire between those two drivers. Osmond last in the championship, 4 on the good side of the cut line. Chris Medford first in line on the outside, looking in, 12 points back from Katie Osmond. It's gonna be it's gonna be close. It's gonna be real close. And well, as the field continues to make their way around the track, green flag racing conditions all night long here tonight. We have been clean and green for all 55 in the book. Lap number 56 now underway out of the 100 scheduled in tonight's official race distance. Race leader Joshua Spalding has opened it up, stretched the legs. Sunday night drive for him inside that 5 machine, up 3.7 seconds in gaining battle. Gonna be for second as we continue to watch Roy Hyde slide through the field here. Hyde all the way back now to 9th as Brian Littleton takes over the 7th position. Let's see if we can go to some more battle. Steve Baker, Dustin German, they're going to begin fighting for 2nd and 3rd on the speedway. As we have passed that halfway point, race fans, we're going to step away for a brief commercial break. But don't worry, you won't miss any of the action as Baker gets into the outside wall. Oh no! You won't miss any of the action as we step away. We'll go next gen side by side.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR, to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
And back trackside as promised, not missing any of the racing action. Getting up close and personal with these drivers making their way through turn number 1. Now let's jump back outside. Continue to watch this battle between Christopher Spencer and Brian Littleton. That's going to be a spot 7th and 8th on the speedway. Justin Rigsby and Chris Medford involved in a battle for 5th and 6th on the track. Top 3 pretty much solidified at this point in time. Almost a 4-second advantage for race leader Joshua Spalding. Dustin German has 2.5 seconds over Steve Baker, who's got another 2 seconds back to Brian Snare running in 4th with a 1.8 second advantage over Medford and Rigsby. And as Rigsby and Medford go side by side, Littleton and Spencer go side by side. Littleton moves around the bottom of the raceway. He'll take back the 7th spot for now, but at the front of the field, this man getting the job done walked into tonight's race. The 5 crew of Joshua Spalding, 13 points ahead of the cutoff line for the championship 4, and he leads tonight's race, looking to secure the most laps led here tonight. That's going to give him a little bit more points in his back pocket. But if he were to win tonight's race, that's going to put the battle between Katie Osmond, Chris Medford, and Roy Hyde. Hyde struggling a little bit here. He had an undercut attempt. Looks like he's going to have to do that. Dustin German, the 99, is going to go ahead and peel and come to pit road. That's going to bring Steve Baker and Brian Snare down to pit road as well. Brian Littleton now inside a podium spot. The 80 up 15 positions. Can he somehow find a way to victory lane? And that's just how quick, race fans, the dynamics of making it in to the Final Four for the championship night at Atlanta Motor Speedway here in 2 weeks on the Turn 3 Racing Network for Next Gen Racing Light Electric Company Xfinity Series. Drivers really battling with each other, still embroiled in a tough battle. We've got very capable drivers of walking away with a race win and securing, locking themselves in, even though they were on the outside looking in. Roy Hyde, Brian Littleton, both with some strong runs, both inside the top 10. Jimmy Hetrick also needs to win the race to walk away with the championship spot. And he's sitting just outside the top 10 in the 11th position right now. So, I mean, it's going to be close. It's going to come down to the wire. It's going to come down to the last lap. I can assure you that, because none of these drivers willing to lift when it comes to making it into a chance to win a championship here. We've got very competitive drivers. And I mean, competitive all season is a lack of what's the word I'm looking for? Just doesn't describe it enough. We've had multiple race winners here, race winners that have won multiple different times throughout the years. Steve Baker has been lights out this year. Katie Osmond has been to victory lane multiple times. Steve Baker to victory lane multiple times. Dustin German multiple times to victory lane. Travis Smith not in tonight's field. He's been to victory lane, as well as Troy Radford, who is not with us here tonight at Texas Motor Speedway. He's been to victory lane. Mitchell Snare grabbed a race win to get himself into the championship chase. We've had, I do believe it is 10 different race winners here in the Next Gen Racing Light Electric Company Xfinity Series this season. And Spalding looks to put another win in the column for him and that 5 crew right when he needs it the most. Less than 30 laps remaining. We're going to have about 25 laps to go, and it looks like drivers finally making that final green flag pit stop. We have been clean and green all night long under lights here at Texas Motor Speedway. What do you say we check in with the weather report? Haven't checked in on that just in a long time. Wind still about 11, 12 miles an hour down there, on blowing across that backstretch. Track temperature increasing just a little bit as the air temperature falls with the night coolness here at Texas Motor Speedway. And it looks like liking the increase in the track temperature there is that 5 crew. Looks like his setup is rolling very well. 10.7 second advantage over Chris Medford, who now sits in second. Ooh, looking at the points right now, Chris Medford sits in the second position. He is exactly 12 spots in front of Katie Osmond, as Spalding's going to give up the top spot and head to pit road this time around. What does Chris Medford do behind him? Justin Rigsby, Christopher Spencer all look like they very well may stay out on track. Let's go take a look as Medford indeed stays out on the track. That's going to give us our 8th different lead change of the night amongst 5 different drivers. But right now, well, Spalding gives up the race lead. If he gets back to the point and he walks away with the race win, Chris Medford sitting in a very good spot. He very well may knock that 88 of Katie Osmond out of the championship 4. It's going to be so close. Down to just 9 drivers left on the lead lap through our second round of green flag pit stops. We started tonight's race with 24 drivers on the starting grid. We have still got 22 out there running on the track, but only 9 make that now 10 drivers left on the lead lap as the 55 of Steve Baker gets up and around the 84 of Chris Medford to put himself back on the lead lap. So only 10 drivers left on the lead lap right now with less than 25 to go. It's time to find out who wants it and who's gonna risk it for the biscuit, try to take it home and secure their chance at a shot for a championship. And it looks like we've got a driver with some connection issues right there. It looks like the 55 of Steve Baker may be having a little bit of troubles. There you see a little bit all over the place there for Baker. Looks like he does have a few connection issues here. Looks like Robert Liddell also having some connection problems. We'll jump back with second place runner Justin Rigsby. There you can see Rigsby. Looks like Rigsby's maybe having some trouble. A lot of drivers seem to be having some trouble right now with the connection issues. Maybe a server problem here late in the race. What a twist. This is going to be a crazy twist, and it looks like a lot of drivers indeed having some connection issues right now with the server. Dustin Ping going to peel off the track. He's going to go ahead and come to pit road back with your race leader, Chris Medford. Looks like things have sorted themselves out on the connection end for not just himself, but the 55 of Steve Baker. It looks like his stuff has calmed down. Jeff Stiles has calmed down, and he is actually going to go ahead and pull it back behind the wall. Jeff Stiles going to be our 3rd driver out of tonight's final race in round number 3 in the championship chase right here in the Next Gen Racing Light Electric Company Xfinity Series. 20 laps to go. How long is he willing to stretch this thing on out? Was on pit road on lap number 43. That's only going to be lap 86. If he can duplicate it, that's still 14 laps shy of completing the official race distance. I'm not sure he's going to have enough fuel. The 83 of Brandon Medford, he's going to pull to pit road this time around. There you can see Brian Littleton off in the distance. He's trying to make his way back up and on to the lead lap, sitting in the lucky dog position should we see a late race caution. But tonight so far, clean and green all night long as we close in on just 18 laps to go. This time by Medford with a big advantage, 18.8 seconds. He's got a lot of time to play with. Let's see, why don't we go ahead and pull off our little cheat sheet here. Why don't we ride on board with race leader Chris Medford. You can hear him nice and easy, ginger on the gas. He is definitely in fuel saving mode. Medford not really cutting the car off. But there you can see just really rolling out early, letting the car do all the work. Nice and easy back on the throttle. Not really smashing it. Not barely squeezing. I want to say a little bit less than probably road courses in such places as Martinsville, where you really got to watch getting back onto the throttle too hard and getting too much wheel spin. Right here, the same strategy kind of applies when you're trying to stretch the fuel, save the tires to keep some speed in it while you're saving that fuel. Nice little squeeze to the gas, gonna go a long way, also rolling way deep through the corner. Chris Medford looking to maintain the top spot, 16 to go down the backstretch with a 17-second lead. He can give up almost 1 second a lap. Can Medford make it on fuel? There you see the 80 of Brian Littleton. He'll slide around and grab himself a spot back on the lead lap. Littleton sits in 6th. We'll jump back outside the car, back trackside, and let's go back and look at this battle for 2nd and 3rd on the raceway. Joshua Spalding, Dustin German, they're going to go at it for 2nd and 3rd right now. Spalding taking that position away, the one of Dustin Ping listed off of the lead lap, 1 lap down outside of your top 10. And Ping's got some speed, looking for more right now. Mitchell Snare getting by Katie Osmond for the 11th position, so Osmond back to 12th. And Chris Medford, no, he's not going to have enough fuel. 15 laps to go. He's going to go ahead and pull the pit road this time around. That's going to open things back up in the running order for sure, and that's going to allow a few of these drivers to get back on the lead lap. Katie Osmond, most importantly right now, he's back on the lead lap. Will he get up and around Christopher Medford and gain enough time, gain enough positions to secure that spot in the championship four? It's going to get close here, race fans. Back to the point once again, leading tonight's race. 14 different lead changes amongst 5 different drivers. Joshua Spalding came into tonight's race 13 points ahead of the cutoff line. And he looks to win tonight's race to secure his shot at Atlanta Motor Speedway for a championship run. Driver right behind him on the track, Dustin German, already locked in with last week's race win. Brian Snare rounds out your top 3. Steve Baker right there running in 4th. 5th now to Brian Littleton, while 6th place falls into the hands of Roy Hyde. Let's check in with Katie Osmond. Where's Osmond running at this point in time? Osmond back in the 18th position right now, still off of the lead lap. Where is Chris Medford? He's in the 8th position. That's a 10 spot difference. I'm not sure if that would be enough to secure a spot there for Medford. It's going to be very, very close here. If Christopher Medford can gain 1 or 2 positions, or Osmond may possibly lose a spot, there's a couple different scenarios here coming down to just 10 laps to go. It is going to be awfully close to who makes it into that final championship 4 position. As for all intents and purposes, right now, looks like Joshua Spalding will secure his shot at a championship run with a race win. So Steve Baker, Dustin German already locked in with wins in this third and final round before the championship race in 2 weeks. Spalding looking to make it a smoke show extravaganza when we head to Atlanta Motor Speedway. 2 drivers out of the Smoke Show's stable already locked in to that championship 4. Will we see a third hit the lottery? I mean, Smoke Show, let's talk about this for a second. We haven't really mentioned it much all season long. The point standings, the team point standings just absolutely dominated this year by the Smoke Show. They have by far got the most race wins out of any other crew and team out there. Between just 2 of their drivers, they have over 10 race wins between just 2 of the 4 Smoke Show drivers. Just an absolute crazy dominating regular season, and that continued in this championship chase. Smoke Show pretty much locking out the race wins here in the championship chase as well. And they're going to look to snatch a race win in the final round with 3 different drivers out of their stable. And that's just flexing muscle right there. Jump around the track. Let's see if we can't find a battle for you. There you can see that STP-45 Petty Blue Machine of Brian Snare trying to keep Steve Baker out of a podium spot, trying to spoil the Smoke Show lockout on the podiums here. With a little bit of front end damage, I wonder how well he's going to be able to run and keep that 55 behind him. 6 laps to go this time by. Christopher Medford now up to 6. Katie Osmond back in 18th. That's 12 spots. Both of them have led laps, and caution flag flies. Oh no! Caution flag flies late in tonight's race. That is going to change the game. Oh my. Oh my. Caution on the speedway. Caution lights on. You can see him running around the fence. Oh my goodness. Let's go back, check and see what happened here. I do believe it may have involved the 85 of Jeff Styles. Let's go back, see how it all went down. There you can see Styles trying to catch the car and into the outside wall. Still trying to catch it. Almost. Oh, Katie Osmond avoids a big one. That would have ended his chances at a championship possibility. Whew. Big time moment there for Katie Osmond. Jeff Styles going to go ahead and pull it to pit lane and park it right in his pit box. Well, race fans, under caution, first time of the night. We'll jump back with your race leader, Joshua Spalding. And what do you do here? You were on the pit road somewhere in the range of about 35 to 25 laps ago. Does anybody come to pit road? What do you do if you're Joshua Spalding? You need a good run. You need a solid finish. You don't have to win the race, but you are in a race-winning position. It looks like we will have a green-white checkered attempt here. This will be the final restart of tonight's Rattlesnake Rumble right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Live from Texas Motor Speedway. It's the final race in the final round before the championship night at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Late race caution has put things to a crawl. What will the front of this field do? I wouldn't think Spalding's going to come to pit road. I'd have to stay out if I was that 5. But if I'm Dustin German, Steve Baker, I've already got a race win. I may come to pit road. And it looks like their crew chief's thinking, Dave, you just stay up there in the production booth. Let us call the strategy down here on the track, because it doesn't look like anybody's going to come in. 36 of Justin Rigsby, he will come down for some fresh tires and fuel. Drivers having one more set of tires down there. 3 sets of tires in the pit box for these drivers to utilize here tonight. So there is one extra set down there if anybody wanted them. You just wonder how much they would be beneficial at this point in time. Only 12 drivers left on the lead lap. Would it be worth coming to pit road and starting outside of the top 10, but having those much fresher tires, over 25 lap fresher tires? I mean, I don't know. You know, I'm thinking maybe if I'm Brian Littleton, if I'm Roy Hyde, Chris Metford, Metford not in a must-win situation. He does need to finish well here inside the top 5 to give himself an opportunity to bump Katie Osmond, who has some trouble here tonight after speeding on pit road early in the race. Osmond all the way back in 18th. But if you're Littleton, if you're Hyde, you need to win the race. Why not go ahead and come down pit road and give yourself a shot with some fresh tires? You're outside looking in anyway, so a good finish isn't going to do you justice. You need that race win. And it looks like they're going to opt to stay out there on track. Maybe see some struggles and some peeting and banging, catch out some drivers in front of them. Gonna get interesting here tonight under the lights. Texas Motor Speedway hosting the final race in the final round here in the Next Gen Racing Light Electric Company Xfinity Series. We are down to a green-white checkered attempt at the finish. An official green-white checkered attempt. That means this is gonna be it. Next flag will end the race. You'll have to wait to see if we can keep this thing going or if it will end under caution. Front row gonna be Joshua Spalding and Dustin German. Steve Baker, Brian Snare back in row 2. Row 3 for the restart, Brian Littleton and Chris Metford. Roy Hyde and Nathan Bishop back in row 4. Rounding out the top 10 for the restart, Christopher Spencer, Mitchell Snare. The iRacing pace car ready to duck off, and we're ready to go back. Green flag racing once again. Here we go, race fans. Pace car gonna duck off. Boss man's got the flag in his hand. Wait for it, wait for it. Here we go back. Green flag racing once again here from Texas Motor Speedway. Joshua Spalding gonna fire things off, get a good run back down to turn number 1. Spalding gonna lead everybody by this time. Big stack up as Steve Baker looks to the outside of Dustin German. That's not going to work. Brian Snare now battles for third. Spalding loving what he's seeing, and that's nobody catching up. Ooh, close little pack there between Brian Snare, Chris Mefford, Brian Littleton, and Christopher Spencer. They're all stacked up. White flag, final lap. Here tonight from Texas Motor Speedway, Joshua Spalding has a 2/10 of a second advantage over the field. We'll go high above with the turn 3 drone cam, try to bring you some more of the action. And Spalding off of the corner, halfway down the backstretch. Looks like he's going to grab the race win. 3 wide for third. Wow. 3 wide for fourth, I should say. Christopher Spencer going to slide through. But how about this man right there? Joshua Spalding captures the flag here tonight from Texas Motor Speedway. He'll walk away with the checkered flag, the race win for the smoke show. He'll have a spot in the championship. heck of a job by Spalding. It's going to be very close in the points between Katie Osmond and Chris Medford, who walked away with a third position. We'll have to wait to see how that all pans out. Brian Littleton looks like he's going to go ahead and snatch the Mission 22 Hard Charger Award, up 11 spots here tonight, trying to check through everything, make sure that is correct. And yes, Brian Littleton going to snatch that Mission 22 Hard Charger Award. Man, what a run. What a race for Joshua Spalding, getting the job done when he needed to. Dustin German walks away in a second position, as Christopher Medford going to walk away in third. And with Smoke Show winning the race, he's going to give us a smoke show. We're going to step away from the track, get things set up for your post-race interviews. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We will be right back. Back trackside at the conclusion of another great racing event here with the Next Gen Racing L.E.C Electric Company Xfinity Series. There you can see two drivers sitting on the front stretch side by side. That's third and second place on the evening. What do you say we jump in on board? Let's get a little closer if we can. Where's he at? I think that's the man right there we're going to want to speak to, walking away in third here tonight. And tell you what, let's see if we can't dial him up. Let's see if we can't have a few words with the driver that walked away in the third position here tonight inside his 84 machine. Chris Medford, it's Dave. You got me?
Absolutely.
Hey, man, heck of a run for you here tonight. Needed a great finish. coming into the point standings here tonight, just on the outside of that cut list. What was your thoughts coming into tonight's race, and do you think you're in?
I'm not sure. Thoughts was almost a guarantee you have to win. I know, I think pretty sure Katie waxed us here at the beginning of the season, and I knew that smoke show was gonna be fast here. They've been on their game the past couple weeks. The car was pretty good. I was just trying to hope for some cautions to trap them guys. I know Spalding was on rails tonight, and he was one of the guys I was racing. And obviously, German and Steve was up there as well. But that first pit stop, I'm not sure what happened to KD. I come into pits and he pit a lap before I did, and he was still there. So I knew my thing was, no mistakes to try to capitalize.
Well, try to capitalize is exactly what you did. You led a handful of laps here tonight. You walked away with a third place. That's going to give you another podium finish on the season. But let's jump into that championship four. Just catching word in here. It's been tallied up and in. And Chris, you're the final driver inside the top four. You're going to race for a championship at Atlanta.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Like I said, it's a parental controls. Damn stout field we got going on here. I mean, these guys are, nowhere short on talent. These guys are just phenomenal drivers. Racing against all smoke shows is going to be, it's going to be fun. Like I said, them guys have dominated the whole entire chase here. So it's an honor to have my name up there in the Final Four.
Absolutely, my man. Well, congratulations on the great race one here tonight. Walking away with a podium spot. More importantly, getting the job done, securing yourself a shot to fight for the championship trophy in 2 weeks at Atlanta Motor Speedway. So before we let you go and hone in on that race, would you like to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home on that 84?
Yep, I'd like to thank you, you Dave, for broadcasting and everything. And also like to, thank Troy and Katie and all the admins for putting up with all of us. Also, shout out to your co-host KR. He helped broadcast a charity event that we put on for last Friday, and we raised over $1,200, split between two charities. So that was pretty phenomenal. We had over 20 drivers, and it was just great. Just all the support we had, even sponsors from multiple companies. So that was pretty sweet. Shout out to my Falcon Teammates Motorsports teammates. I said that twice. Good win for Spalding and smoke shows. Like I said, it's going to be a hell of a ride just to try to compete with those guys. Thanks to all our sponsors for the league, Zoe's Place, Ellie's Place, Race for Riley, National Kidney Foundation, Lucky Finn Foundation. Without them guys, this wouldn't be as fun. So.
Absolutely. Well, again, my man, congratulations on making it into that championship four, and we'll try to catch up with you pre-race in Atlanta.
Sounds good. Have a good week.
All right, there you have it. Chris Medford walking away with the third and final podium position here tonight from Texas Motor Speedway, and he's done it. He's barely got himself in by just 1 point. He edges out Katie Osmond for that last spot in the championship four. What a run here tonight by the driver inside that 84 machine. Chris Medford gets the job done. And that's going to bring us to the man just beside him. Let's see if we can't now catch in and have a few words with the driver inside of that 99, last week's race winner. Let's see if we can't grab a few quick words with Dustin German. It's Dave in the booth. You got your ears on, bud?
Yeah, I got you, Dave. How you going? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good as always. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. Another top 5 or top 2. Got our teammate going with us to Atlanta now, so it feels real good.
Well, I was gonna wait and ask. I'll ask you and your teammate Joshua Spalding. There's 3 of you smoke show drivers, all fighting it out in Atlanta in 2 weeks for a championship. How close is the team going to be working in this off week with each other, or you know what I mean? Because although it's a team sport, it's still individualized. So you still want to beat those guys. How are you guys going to manage that team chemistry, because you guys have been lights out all season long, especially chase time. How are you and your teammates gonna get through this?
Yeah, I don't think nothing really changed. We're gonna race each other hard and clean on race day, but I think we'll probably still share notes and compare things during practices and just kind of keep us fast because all in all, we all want to win, for ourselves, but we want the team to win also.
Absolutely. Well, you guys have already secured the team championship before the chase even begun. So you had that end wrapped up a long time ago. Now it's just time to wrap up the overall season championship for one of your drivers. And the way you guys have been driving all season long, I'm pretty sure it may come down to a fight between one of you three. But with all that being said, man, a heck of a run all season long for you and the 99 crew. 3 race wins on the season. Do you think you've got what it takes to make it to victory lane one more time?
Yeah, I really think we do. Atlanta's probably my favorite track on the sim, so I'm really looking forward to it. Hope it's real hot and slick. That'll make for better racing, and just super proud of Josh, for getting it done here. Um, Man, it's gonna be a good battle next, or I guess 2 weeks from today. So
Absolutely. Well, Dustin, again, congratulations on another podium finish here this season. Before we let you go and catch up with your teammates and get ready for that championship run at Atlanta Motor Speedway, would you like to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home?
yeah, thank you, Dave, for coming out and doing this thing, and Turn Three for the broadcast, and thank everybody here at NextGen, all the sponsors, all the admins. I want to thank my team. SRTV's on the hood. We got Smoke Show Racing, our ninth win of the night chase race, and I believe that's about 16 of 26 races we won. And for Josh to get in, it was a clutch win. He needed it. I don't think he needed to win, but it always helps. And shout out to Chris Mefford for and KD. I don't know who made it in, but we'll see.
All right, my man. Well, again, congratulations, Dustin. We'll look to catch up with you pre race in Atlanta. All right, there you have it. Dustin German walking away second here tonight from Texas Motor Speedway. He'll fight it out with 2 of his other teammates for the championship trophy at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And now we will get to the driver that walked away with the top spot from the track here tonight, solidifying, securing his shot at a championship, making his way into the final 4 with tonight's race win. Joshua, it's Dave. You got me?
Sure do, Dave. How's it going?
I am having a great night. Not as good as yours, though, I don't think.
Man, it was a good one. I was really looking forward to it all week long. Wasn't able to do any of the practice races, but got in early in practice and got a good amount of laps in. Felt out the car, and man, it was just it was chewing all night. It was bottom feeding, and just kept the tires under it, kept it clean, and it was bad fast tonight.
Well, you mentioned it was bad fast tonight. I think you're being a little bit on the nice side of things. You and that Smoke Show crew, you guys have been bad fast all season long. This is going to be your, what is this, your 6th win, I believe it is. Yes, indeed, your 6th win on the season. Teammate with 7 wins on the season, upwards of, I think, about 15 or 16 for your crew overall. How are you guys going to manage going into the championship race, knowing that 3 of your drivers are going to be fighting for each other? You and 2 of your teammates going to be fighting for the championship. How willing are you going to be to work with these guys?
I think it's kind of a little bit unknown. I mean, we're still definitely going to work with each other and probably race each other the exact same as we always do until, there's probably 10 to go, or if we have a situation where we're, late race restart like tonight, I'd say it's everybody for himself, definitely for the championship. But I don't think anything will change as far as the prep work and in race chat and stuff that we do, throughout the week and just talking to each other about the race and stuff. That's I think going to stay the same because we're all shooting for the same thing, but we're still teammates down to it. So we'll it'll be interesting, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm glad all three of us made it in. That was real interesting there at the end with Mefford and KD trying to battle it out. I think it finished one position apart or 1 point apart. That was pretty awesome to watch. A long green flag run tonight. It was a lot of fun, and again, just a really fast car, and really happy to walk away with the win.
Absolutely. Well, Josh, it was a pleasure watching it all unfold here tonight. Great racing for you all season long, you and the 5 crew, as well as everybody back at the Smoke Show. So you guys have been absolutely lights out and been on top of the game all season long. I can't wait for 2 weeks at Atlanta. When we get there to see how it's all going to happen, to see how it's all going to go down. But for the time being, my man, enjoy tonight's race win here in Century Equipment Victory Lane. Before we let you go, though, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home on that 5 crew?
Oh, for sure. My pregnant wife for letting me spend a few hours doing this. Really thankful to her. She's putting in a lot of work and doing really good with the baby. So super excited about that early January. And thanks to you, Dave, for putting on a great broadcast every week, and Turn 3 Network, and KD running a great league with Damon and Troy helping out still. But it's been a lot of fun all season, culminating in Atlanta. Really looking forward to it.
All right, my man. Well, again, congratulations on making it into the Final Four with a shot at the championship at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And we'll see if we can't catch up with you for a short, brief moment pre-race when we hit the track before championship night.
That'll be great. Thanks, Dave.
All right, there you have it. Driver walking away with the trophy here tonight inside Century Equipment Victory Lane, getting the job done, securing himself with a spot to race for a championship. The 5 of Joshua Spalding walks away with a little bit more hardware. What a run. What a night here tonight. My gosh, I don't think it's gotten, it could get much better than that. How about that? 1 point. 1 point is what separated Christopher Medford and Katie Osmond on who was in and who was out. And Katie Osmond gonna miss out on a chance to race for a championship by 1 point. Hats off. Job well done here tonight by Christopher Medford, doing exactly what it was that he needed to do to walk away and have a chance for the championship in 2 weeks when we head to Atlanta Motor Speedway. My gosh, I just, crazy finish, crazy good all season long. It sounds like producers hitting those buttons in the background. You know the sounds, you know the tunes, familiar with them by now. It's time to run down tonight's unofficial race results. Walking away with the checkered flag here in the final race of round number 3, securing his shot at a championship trophy, Joshua Spalding walks away in the top spot. His teammate Dustin German going to finish back in second, and Christopher Medford rounds out the podium spots. Medford will fight for the championship in Atlanta. The 2 of Christopher Spencer are going to walk away in fourth. Fifth place goes to the 45 of Brian Snare, while the 55 of Steve Baker pilots his machine home in the 6th spot. Brian Littleton needed to win the race here tonight to make it to the championship round. Not going to do so. He'll finish back in 7th. His Dirty Air Racing teammate walks away in 8th, while the 1 of Dustin Ping finishes in 9th. And rounding out your top 10 here tonight in the Rattlesnake Rumble from Texas Motor Speedway, that's the 27 of Nathan Bishop. 11th spot here tonight goes to Mitchell Snare. Justin Rigsby going to finish back in 12th. 13th spot tonight to the 83 of Brandon Medford. 48 of Jimmy Hetrick finishes 14th. 15th tonight to Derek Robinson. Katie Osmond just missing the championship floor by 1 point. The 88 will walk away from the track tonight in 16th. Doug Wasaki going to finish in 17th. 18th place here tonight belongs to the 6 of Eric Blount. 19th spot on the track belongs to the 01 of Gordon Larson Jr. 30 of Robert Hetrick will round out your top 20. Ryan Wilson Jeff Styles back in 22nd, 23rd goes to Robert Liddell, and rounding out the finishing order here tonight, the 41 of Matthew McMeekin. Well, that's it. That's all she wrote. One more race to go, one more time before we will decide the 2021 season champion here in the Next Gen Racing Lighty Electric Company Xfinity Series. If you haven't already, join us and continue this push to 3,000 subscribers. Drop these drivers that thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right hand side to get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you each and every time you stop by, whether you're just sliding through to say hey, or you're one of the dedicated fans, friends, or family that stop through each and every night. We do appreciate all of you. Without you, there would be no us. And a big time shout out to title sponsor in the series here with Next Gen Racing. That's Lighty Electric Company. Glad to see you back at the track. Glad to see you back on board and running the show. Heck of a night. Heck of a run. We've got one more to go in 2 weeks at Atlanta Motor Speedway. We'll count down the days and get ready to watch somebody lift some hardware and walk away with the season championship. So stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.